supposed to be feminist friendly, I picked 2 films on the list that actually have passed the test that I've watched recently.
Okay.
And the most interesting one of this is Sucker Punch.
I enjoyed
Now,
that.
Sucker Punch actually passes the Bechdel test.
Bear in mind what Sucker Punch is about, but we won't reveal the storyline to you, but tell them what Sucker Punch is about.
But if you haven't
For
seen
anyone
it,
who hasn't seen it.
anybody who hasn't seen it, I suggest watching it. It is a very good film. Watchmen is better, but it is still a good film. It's basically about a girl who ends up getting put into a mental institute that isn't quite a mental institute.
Because it's actually not a brothel, but is it now? Would you call it a brothel? Or?
I was trying not to give away spoilers.
Sorry, yeah, it's
not a mental institute.
I'm sorry, no. It's not. It's something else.
Yeah.
I haven't given anything away. But
there's a lot of dancing that you never see, and daydreaming where they go into this dream state and they're all dressed up like sexy girls with swords and bazookas and machine guns and blowing shit up. Now, if you watch the trailer to that, my question would be, is that aimed at a female audience, or is that aimed at a male audience? I think both sexes can enjoy that film for different reasons.
It has an appeal to...
But it has a ridiculous amount of sex appeal aimed at men.
The ratio of the sexes in it, it's also... Because this institute is for girls, so there's significantly more girls in this film than there is males, you know.
Yeah.
That in itself makes it. So what was the other film that you found passed?
The other film that I found, and I picked it up just because I watched it the other day, was Hannah. And Hannah is a suspense thriller about a young girl brought up in the woods.
Which I haven't actually watched this yet. So.
Has been trained to assassinate somebody, basically. And again, it's a film that male and a female can enjoy. I would say, based on the trailer, it's marketed again towards men. Personally.
I haven't watched the trailer recently. But yeah, okay, so these are 2 films that meet this quota.
Yeah,
there are a lot that don't. So this girl in the video tries applying it to
computer games.
To computer games. Is it actually applied to computer games then? Do we know this? Is it...
I think they've started taking on that computer games, because I did notice that Deus Ex Human Revolution was in there.
What?
Yeah. Which obviously didn't pass. But...
no, hold on. Don't they have a conversation on... I don't know, actually. No, actually, that was about some work for a bloke, so I don't know if that will get through or not. You know, when on the introduction, when you walk in and you meet on the staircase and those two women start talking to each other, but it's about work, and I think they actually make mention of the boss who was a man. So that doesn't pass, but that's an awesome game.
But either way...
we won't give any spoilers for that. I definitely won't do that.
But the point is that she tries to apply this test to computer games. And the test itself is really just...
A load of rubbish.
Yeah, I can't say that it's anything other. It's nothing other than a bunch of feminist shit. But again, she tries to apply it to computer games, and the reason that she does that is because she's trying to prove this point that everything is marketed towards men or boys, the quote-unquote largest demographic within...
She deems this to be the problem.
Yeah, which she deems to be the problem. Now, yes, are games marketed towards men? Well, if we look at if we take into account likes of Sucker Punch, in the same vein, yeah, maybe. But I've been to the cinema plenty of times. I've had a lot of fun in the cinema. I've had a lot of fun in the cinema with women, and there are plenty of women that go to the cinema. Okay, so there are plenty of women that play games as well. And it was stupid to try and apply such a nonsensical test that was made up as a joke anyway to start off with, and try and apply it to her argument. And the next thing she's going on about, the commercials feature manly men. The guys, the guys want to be these manly men. Okay, so these guys, we want to be manly men. We want to be...
Well, would you want to be Adam Jensen?
Would I want to be Adam Jensen? Of course I'd want to be Adam Jensen. Adam Jensen's fucking cool.
He's not like Duke Nukem, though, is he? And someone mentioned Duke Nukem earlier. Duke Nukem is a baller. Except
Duke Nukem's cool in a completely different way, though.
Except the latest game,
the latest game was power trash.
Yeah,
but...
they've not done it right. The suspense wasn't worth it, but that's another argument.
Exactly.
But, would you want to be Duke Nukem?
Would I want to be Duke Nukem? Not really. Do I enjoy playing the character of Duke Nukem? Yes. But I would rather be Adam Jensen. So, they're going on that, manly men that the guys want to be. Now, my question is this. Would you not want to be Lara Croft as a girl? Let's use the most iconic female character in gaming history, Lara Croft.
Fuck yes. I don't think... I'm not far off.
What girl would not want to be Lara Croft?
Smart, intelligent woman who goes on adventures, isn't tied down by anything.
Exactly. Does her own thing, sets her goals, goes out and gets what she wants. Yes, in the first few games, obviously she had some form of plastic surgery done, because her boobs did get bigger over the first 3 games. But...
either that or she was bitten by something. That's another
either that or she was bitten by something, yeah, and had an allergic reaction. But what girl wouldn't want to be Lara Croft?
Okay.
It's just silly. It's a silly argument. The thing that stood out, actually, sorry, no. Let me just come back. One more point. What girl would not want to be Commander Shepard from Mass Effect?
She's just an absolute... Again, she's just a complete baller.
Before anybody jumps in and goes, Commander Shepard's a bloke. Not in my game, she isn't. Commander Shepard is a female.
She's a female. Game. Up here, she's a woman. Ain't nothing else. Because I could not play with male Shepard. I couldn't do it. Because the stuff that you're doing, it just like, he ain't going to be able to do that. With Femshem, now this is actually kind of contradicting the argument that we're making, but I'm sorry, but Femshem rocks. She rocks. She doesn't have her tits out doing this. She doesn't have her legs on show particularly.
Except Mass Effect 2.
She's in, well, yeah, she gets a nice, pretty dress.
She gets the dress, yeah.
But she's in her armour most of the time when you're doing the dangerous stuff. She's in her armour.
Exactly. Who wouldn't want to be the female equivalent of Commander Shepard? Isn't that a good role model? Obviously, depending on how you play. If you play like a complete nutter bitch, then maybe not. But if
depending on the path you choose to take.
Yeah, depending on the path you choose to take. But if you were to play her in a, let's say, a moral way, then isn't that a good role model? Isn't that something that you would aspire to be?
Perhaps. But we can agree between Lara Croft and Femshem, that covers the ground of what most people would want to be, one or the other.
Yeah, exactly. The one thing that she said, the sentences that she used, I just tend to gravitate towards colourful games because the only other options are the hyper-masculine combat games or the over-complex and tedious RPGs.
Overly complicated and tedious?
Yeah.
What the hell, woman? No wonder you've got no scope of what women are like in these games. RPG women rock! RPG women are the best, We'll include RTS because that would include Kerrigan. That would include the Queen of Blades. And how she can say, I'm nearly at the end of the video now. Don't play RPGs. Don't play them. Can't be done. It's like that literally is the face. It's like somebody screams like that because it's like, what? What have you been talking about?
Although I will say, chat does make a fair point. Eve is an overly complicated RPG.
Eve.
I did play Eve, and Eve is as the learning curve of a cliff face.
I looped. and never touched with either. But I mean, look at The Witcher.
The Witcher, yeah. Look at Triss Merigold as a character.
She started out and still does, but she's been given in The Witcher 2. She's been given a proper trekking outfit that she can climb up hills in and not get chaffed thighs. You know.
You've got so much depth of character. She's an absolute great character. But obviously this girl who, let's face it, her experience of computer games is Nintendo based, and we all know Nintendo has survived many, many, many years on about how many franchises has Nintendo got? Because every console is just a rehash of the previous. So when the Wii U comes out, no doubt we'll get Mario Wii U. Wii U Kart, we'll get all of that. And the vast majority of her experience, let's face it, is Pokemon. And I shit you not, go to a YouTube channel, it's all bloody Pokemon.
I'm not a Pokemon fan.
And her going on about all of these games are not marketed to a college-aged girl. You play Pokemon. I'm sorry, but if you want to play Pokemon, fine. If you're 25, you want to play Pokemon, you want 30, you want to play Pokemon,
that's fine.
However, the demographic for Pokemon, I would say, probably starts at about friggin' 7.
But if you want to do it, do it. If you want to play games, whatever game you want to play, go and do it. Go and buy the game you want to play and play it. Don't go and buy the games and not even try any of the other genres because you think the box looks a little bit too scary or something like that. Never read a book by its cover. That's the best saying I can put to that.
I'm gonna wrap up the last little bit of this quite quickly because we have dwelled on this for quite a while.
We have actually,
but the final bit is the statistics. Those lovely statistics that
somebody did make a comment about that in chat.
Believe. These just I couldn't believe this. Right, one of the statistics that she came out with. Let's see. Apparently, 80% of Nintendo owners are female. Okay, let's just digest that. 80% of Nintendo owners are female.
That's a big chunk.
Okay. That's actually bullshit. 80%, and I know where she was getting this statistic for because I found it myself. It's actually 80% of female console owners. That's 80% of all girl gamers, if you will, or console owners, whatever. 80% of all female console owners own a Nintendo console. That is a different statistic. It is not the same thing as saying 80% of Nintendo owners are female. The actual number of female Nintendo owners as of 2009, I believe it was 33%, not 80. 33%.
It's a big difference.
The last check of all girl gamers across all gaming girls or girls who play games across all gaming is in the area of around about 40%. Now, that number's not so small. 40% of all gamers are female. And her final statistic that she made was that the 18 and over demographic, female gamers, make up the greater portion. Really? Really? I would love to see where she got that stat from.
Go on, repeat it again. Say it again, because I don't believe it.
18 and over, more women than men. Apparently. I would love to see where she got that from. So, if there are 40% of gamers who are female,